And there's some shotgun from underneath. Ninja picking up the kill. That means trophy's all clear. We're going to see them hop in momentarily unless Kamikaze's able to stop it from above.
Kamikaze's in a very powerful position.
There it is. Wonderful job. GCR did not spot it out with his drone. That's going to force Silence to hesitate before hopping in as well. And Kamikaze is instantly in the upper hand here.
What is up, my Coconut Bras? Welcome back, and in this video we are going to be doing the badass match that happened between Black Dragons and INTZ Esports. Now this was a 10-1 wipe on a 2-0 map lead for Black Dragons, and we're going to be taking a look at this sick angle from Kamikaze. PZD was actually the one that got the kill, but if PZD was not there to clean it up, then Kamikaze would have very easily been able to take it out. Now, obviously, when you're playing Bomb, the majority of the time, you're not going to reinforce this wall in between Trophy and Kitchen, so that just leaves a perfect opportunity. And even if you do reinforce it, it doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling, so you'll be able to make a very nice line of sight down onto the window and even get smokes in there. So sick. Now let's move on to the next spot.
The opportunity to the rest of their players to even pick up
It's
frags.
just there haven't been many kills. I mean, we're only 3 rounds in. We're on the 4th now. And
so this next one's going to be a really sick Valkyrie camera from, I believe it was Psycho of Black Dragons. Now there's always tons of options and tons of trees that you can throw these Valkyrie cameras out from the library in the upstairs of Chalet, but for this one we're going to be throwing it onto this tree right here, and from this camera angle you will be able to see so much, pretty much this entire half of the map, all the way down into the trophy room window by where that bomb site is, and all the way up into master bathroom upstairs, as well as completely watching control over the library spawns.
Also going to find a couple bullets facing this way by the Blackbeard. Ninja picks up that frag, and we are going to have PZD jumping on out of the library to rain down some bullets from above on an FK. That's now going to even out man count into a 3-on-3, but as we say that, it is going to be Kamikaze picking up yet again another kill onto GCR. There's only Silence and Ninja left alive, and as we say that, we have PZD forcefully throwing some bullets his way. It's going to be the last man alive. Silence hops on outside of the window. And there's PZD trying to get the third final K of the round, and there's it going to be. PZD swinging it strong. Black Dragons now up 4-0. We're on match point.
So this next tip is going to be mainly for just anybody that wants to do top control on Chalet when they are in the trophy room. Now from this Mira spot, which we're going to mainly focus on, and we only got a quick couple second look at it, but what they did was they had this hatch open and they are able to hold a very nice line of sight and keep this top half of the map in control. Another quick tip is you can also shoot out the sides of the windows, and by doing this you're going to get huge peripherals. Going to be pretty much impossible for anybody to go underneath of the window or anything, and when you do this you'll be able to see almost straight down from behind the Mira. But from this line of sight, a lot of attackers, they'll take the top half of the room first and then kind of spread out. And so if somebody takes top control from the bedroom spawn, and if they're roaming over to take top control of Trophy, then it's going to be so difficult using this spot. And of course PZD was using in combination that Valkyrie camera spot in order to do very sick runouts on. This is going to be insanely difficult to lose control of.
As we watch, GCR is going to be roaming inside of the dining hall right next to the kitchen. He's got the drop hatch opened up where he can fall down back to site if he needs to. Ninja's actually going to be playing a little bit off site. He's inside of the large garage, as well as Lend, who's here inside of the bar.
Now this next one was a really clever line of sight, watching the entrance for anybody that wants to attack the trophy room and kitchen. And I never have seen this line of sight before, or this one used. And this is actually really clever because there's not too much traffic generally, not all the time of course, that actually comes down into the garage. So generally they're pretty safe. And if you got a pulse down here or anything like that, you're going to see exactly here where the bullets land. So really sick. You have really good line of sight from down here. That would be very unexpected. If I was an attacker, that would definitely throw me off guard. And of course, if you have a nitro cell, then you can toss that on up and nobody is going to be safe.
Ninja is still inside of the large garage. So right now, only member on site is going to be Silence. He's going to have to fight 9XT here momentarily. Looks as though Len and Ninja both going to try to trade out some men, make it back into favor man count. However, as he strafes around through the hallway, 9XT is going to pick up that kill. Look for Silence, but doesn't see him. Silence could pick up here momentarily. Actually going to boost himself just a little bit. Has a shot, goes for a couple shots in the thighs, tags him down, but does not finish him off. 9XT going to walk away from that with about 20 health.
Our final spot on Chalet is going to be a pretty common one up in the higher levels, but I definitely want to just point this out because it obviously was working really good. He was able to hold off the attack for quite a while using this spot and even get, I believe it was Blackbeard, but he was able to make some attackers get pushed back by using this line of sight inside of the barrels. And here you go, you can see where the bullets land. So if I'm an attacker, even if you drone out the person, if you move into their line of sight, it's going to be very risky for you because you're also going to need to be checking behind the table. And as you see right here, just this tiny little line of sight, that's where it's going to be. So whoever is holding the angle is going to have a big advantage over pulling off the one tap or headshot over the attacker.
Just standing in a corner with holding a 90-degree angle. That's what barbed wire is for. That's what makes that's what slows down the game the way that it for the defenders.
Yeah, we actually saw, I want to say it was something very similar.
Alright, you guys, so our very first spot on Cafe is going to be a kind of obvious Valkyrie camera spot, but I thought it was really cool to include because they're using it at such a high level. I just thought it was a really clever Valkyrie run out spot. So obviously you guys saw how they actually had Jaeger run down and it looked like they were going to have Valkyrie call out for it, probably just to get an initial jump on somebody, because this camera most likely would be found pretty easily. I guess technically if they're not looking at this side of the wall, then maybe they could pull it off though.
Of the doors, that's going to forego a lot of utility usage from the attackers. They're just going to have to use a nade to get rid of some. FK, however, will pick up the shots there onto Psycho, and a trade will come out from 9XT, getting the frag down onto Silence.
Alright, you guys, and for our next spot, this is going to be one that I've covered, but it was back in episode 2 of season 1. So I want to just go over it again because this is such a commonly used angle in Pro League, and I've only seen it in matchmaking a few times. For some reason, I don't seem like I get Cafe very often. But in higher levels, this will be used a lot. So this is going to be very good to be aware of. And it still seems like people are able to pull it off and get the jump on the other team, which is kind of surprising just because of how long this line of sight has been around. But it's such a sick angle. I've seen a lot of people who prefer to play smoke down here because then they can watch this doorway as people breach through the hatch on the ceiling, and then they're going to enter through this room and push through, and then from here it's going to be very easy for smoke to either get them with the SMG, get them with the shotgun, throw smokes up top, and then also watch down red hallway with the SMG. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this. And of course, as always, I have the final few moments of the final round where we will see Black Dragons take it 10-1. Love you guys all. See you guys all very soon in the next video. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Peace.
They're going to have control over this, well, not much, to be honest. They have control over the bakery, but they're very slowly pushing into this first floor, and we don't see a first floor to second floor to third floor take very often. But hey, that's what INTZ is opting for here. They, of course, do have Silence pressuring on this south balcony or south window, and he's going to take out Thigh. Good kill there, but still a long road ahead.
Yeah, he lost one of his shields in the process, though, and that's a 5-on-4.
So one of the 3 lives gone there for Blackbeard. That's awesome.
Now Ninja is going to be underneath. I believe it was Ninja's drone earlier that had spotted out 9XT and Psycho, so they're still very cautious. Psycho will pick up the kill there into FK. And a little push out from the connector of Bakery. Now, we're going to have Kamikaze spending a lot of time trying to get back into the Bakery. He will take down Silence. Wonderful rush out and push out there. And there's going to be one member left alive, and that's going to be it. 9XT wins the round for his team. We are going to see Black Dragons secure their 2-0 victory in a 10-1 fashion.